Welcome back, everyone, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Los Angeles Lakers Flashback rebuild here on NBA 2K22. We are in season number 8, episode number 8, season number 8. And in the last episode, the wheel gave us our most current draft class that we've ever had. The rookies from real life. Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, all those guys. That was the draft class that we were handed in last episode. And we made some big moves. We drafted Ayo Dosunmu and Evan Mobley to the squad to help this team. Oh, that, by the way, won their first NBA championship. That's right. I buried the lead. We won an NBA championship last episode. We took down the Magic in 5 games. Kevin Durant carried the franchise the entire season, along with Steph Curry, but mainly Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant hit the game winner in Game 5 at the buzzer, greened it, a 3-shot off the inbound to win the championship. Go back and watch the end of that episode if you have not seen it. It is unbelievable. So we are now the defending NBA champions. We've got one NBA championship in the 7 seasons we've done this. Is this team good enough to go back-to-back? Probably, because we've got Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. And we added Evan Mobley and Ayo Dosunmu and Sean Bradley. So this team is probably good enough to go back-to-back. Our bench is still pretty solid. I'm just curious about what this draft class holds, because that's going to be what determines how we use these draft picks that we have. We have 4 draft picks in 2029 this year. We have the Hornets, the Kings, the Pelicans, and the Raptors. Now, we know the Pelicans are probably going to be pretty good. The Raptors are probably going to be pretty good, just based on what they've done in the past. The Kings might not be that great, although I don't really know. And the Hornets have mainly been kind of bad in this series, so we might get lucky with at least one lottery pick. We don't have a first-round pick for 2030 next episode, because I traded that to get... who did I trade? Did I trade that to get Evan Mobley? I can't remember. I think I traded it last episode. But with all that being said, I can't wait any longer. I'm super excited. We've still got so many good draft classes that are left. We still got the 1996 draft class. We've still got the 2003 draft class. There's so many good ones. Magic Johnson's class in 79, 78 with Larry Bird. I mean, let's pop up the wheel right now. There's so many good classes here that I'm excited to get. And let's not wait any longer. Let's spin the wheel and see what the draft class we're going to be fighting for this season. 1989 draft class. Okay. Very interesting. 1989 draft class. I don't honestly know off the top of my head who's in that draft class. 1989. Let me do a little bit of thinking here before we actually get it. Let's see. Was that... We're still a few years away from Shaq. That's 1992. 1989. Could that be Isaiah Thomas? Original Isaiah Thomas? Is that his draft class? 1989. No, that's not Isaiah Thomas. He's older than that, isn't he? Let's take this one. Who is it? Who is in the 1989 class? Glenn Rice, Sean Kemp, Tim Hardaway. That's the class this is. Okay, that makes sense. Mookie Blaylock's also in this class. And Pooh Richardson, what a name. All right, so this is a top 3 class. This is a top 3 class with the 3 guys, Hardaway, Kemp, and Glenn Rice. Now, do we need any 3 of these guys? I mean, if we took Sean Kemp, that'd be awesome. But this class, I'm not necessarily like, we have to trade up to a top 3 pick to get one of these guys. That's not where I'm sitting at. I think we can finally we finally got a draft class where we can kind of sit back, relax. If we happen to get one of the top 3 picks, cool, I'll take one of the 3 guys. But if we don't, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. It's not like we're missing out on Wilt Chamberlain or Michael Jordan like we did in the past. But if we end up getting one of the top 3 picks, awesome. We'll use it. We'll draft one of those guys. If not, we can just sit back, maybe trade back with some other teams, get some other picks for later in the series when maybe we're going to need to trade up together. Like, this is a good spot we're in right now. Plus, we're the defending champions. We're doing pretty good. But you guys know what the roster looks like. You know what the rotation or the lineup looks like. It's the same Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. Hopefully, Evan Mobley plays pretty well, too. I'm excited. Let's get to the All-Star draft and see if we can take over as a possible dominant franchise, maybe even a dynasty here in the making. But I just want to say before we start simulating, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want to leave a like, that would be awesome as well. Subscribe to the channel and join the Juice Club. Also, that'd be really cool. And if you want to go check out the main channel that I have, World of Juice, there is a link down below in the description if you want to go check that out. I would appreciate it, but you don't have to. So with all that being said, it's time to simulate. Hope you guys are excited. Let's get to the All-Star draft. Okay, so we make it to February 11th, which is the All-Star draft, and we are currently 44-10. So I think, and the Grizzlies aren't even in the playoff race. Oh, we got to take a look at what's going on around the league. This is how the gameplay, or this is how the rotation is looking. Curry's up to a 92, Durant's up to a 95. Looks like for some reason, Evan Mobley's hurt. I was gonna say for some reason he's not in the lineup, but it's because he got hurt. Dasuma's up to an 80. We're looking pretty good here. We'll take a look at stats. We'll take a look at the standings. So Kevin Durant doing his thing, averaging 28.5 points per game, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. A little under what he did last year, just like a half a point underneath. So it's basically he's doing what he did last year. Curry doing a little bit better than what he did. So it looks like Curry's taking more control of the offense, it seems. And Kevin Durant kind of slightly is taking not necessarily a back seat, but he's kind of dropped back a little bit. Dasuma's actually averaging a lot of points. Mobley was doing pretty well before he got hurt. I don't really know how long he's been hurt. He's got 2 to 4 months of fractured leg, so he's going to be done for a while. Hopefully he'll be back for the playoffs. That kind of hurts his chances for Rookie of the Year. But we've been doing pretty well here. Let's check the standings, because actually let's check the league leaders. So Chris Paul, even though the Grizzlies aren't in the playoff race right now, at least guaranteed playoffs, he's still averaging about 31 points per game. Then you got Jordan, Chris Webber, who's been killing it since he's been in the league. Bob Boozer's still killing it. Kevin Durant, top 5. Then you got Chamberlain, Harden, Stockton, Penny Hardaway. Curry's 11th. So that's what the rest of the league's looking like. Now let's take a look at these standings. So what is going on? So we have the Kings pick, who are in the playoffs, so that's going to be a bad pick. We have the Pelicans pick, who's going to be in the playoffs, so that's going to be a bad pick. Here's the Grizzlies. We don't have their pick, but they're pretty bad. We also have who else do we have? We have the Hornets pick, who are 25 and 29 right now, and we have the Raptors, who are in the playoffs. So all 4 of our picks are most likely going to be in the playoffs, which kind of sucks. I mean, we're not even halfway through the season yet, so things could change, but as of right now, it's not looking good. Do I see Team Kevin? Is this Team Kevin Durant? It is! We've got an all-star captain. Let's go. That's awesome. We've got ourselves an all-star captain, and he chose Chris Paul, Bob Boozer, Lou Williams, Andrew Bynum, and then Vin Baker, Penny Hardaway, Mike Conley, Monta Ellis, Eugene, Al Thornton, and Larry Black. And then Chris Webber chose Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Jamal Mashburn, and John Stockton. And then Steph Curry, Blake Griffin, Hakeem, Al Horford, Charles Barkley, Fred Newman, and Conrad Collins. So we have 2 All-Stars and 1 All-Star captain. That's pretty darn good. That is pretty darn good. Getting carried by both of these guys right now. Absolutely carried. Kind of sucks that Evan Mobley's been hurt and probably going to be hurt for a while. Where is he? What team is he playing for? I'm looking for Scotty Barnes. Where is Scotty? I forget what team drafted him. Scotty, where are you? Scotty Barnes, how are you playing? What team drafted him? I can't remember for the life of me what team drafted Scotty Barnes. The Miami Heat did. He's up to an 81. He's averaging 17 and 6. So he's having a good year. Greg Oden's up to an 83. Not averaging a whole lot of points. I'm liking it. We got to simulate to the end of the season, see how this season plays out. Can we hold first place? Can we become a dynasty? I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out. We finish up the season, and It's wraps, ladies and gentlemen. We are a dynasty. It's guaranteed. We're the number 1 seed in the NFC, in the Western Conference, and we've got the MVP, reigning Finals MVP. Now he comes in and dominates the regular season, gets his first league MVP, averaging about 28 points per game, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, shooting amazing. Kevin Durant has arrived. Rookie of the Year is Cade Cunningham on the Spurs. No shock there. Clint McCoy, another 6th Man of the Year. We played him in the finals. He didn't do too bad. Wilt Chamberlain takes home another Defensive Player of the Year. I think that's 5 in a row now for Wilt. Lewis Walker wins Most Improved. Sebastian Graham wins Coach of the Year. And we get our 3rd Executive of the Year award. We're starting to come around, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 1 All-NBA first teamer. We've got an All-NBA second teamer in Steph Curry. All-NBA third team. Sam Bowie's actually doing pretty well at 79 overall. Then we go to defensive teams. Nobody on that. All-rookie team, we get Ayo Dosunmu, made All-NBA second, or All-rookie second team. But no Evan Mobley, because I think he's still hurt, if I'm not mistaken. Player stats, he's not hurt, but he just didn't have a really good season because he probably didn't play much. How many games did he play? He played in... he started 66 games out of the 82. So, I mean, that's a lot of games, but he just, I don't know, he didn't make a team, I guess. That's okay. They didn't need him to make a team, but we've got Kevin Durant. We saw his numbers. Curry averaged 24 and 10. He's starting to come into his own now, averaging more points. Ayo Dosunmu had a really good season. We saw him make the All-NBA or the All-Rookie team. Johnny Flynn had a good season. Down in the numbers, but he's doing pretty well off the bench. That's a good bench point guard to have. Then you got Evan Mobley, Otis Thorpe, Leslie Watts, Channing Frye. Everybody did pretty well. As for the league leaders, Jordan took home the scoring title this year, taking over from Chris Paul, who's won it a lot. Chris Webber and then Kevin Durant finished 4th this year. Curry finished top 10, so he jumped up a little bit. That's good. So again, I think for the 3rd straight year, or ever since Curry's been in the league, we've had 2 players in the top 10 of the scoring in the entire NBA, which is awesome. Wilt Chamberlain averaging 15 rebounds a game. Curry led the league in assists, which is crazy. That's awesome. And now it's time to simulate the play-in. So who are we playing? We are playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Grizzlies got bumped, so they did make the play-in. They had a little bit of a resurgence. But Chris Paul could not come back, and he got bumped in the play-in by OKC. Who's on OKC? They've got Patrick Beverley, Raymond Felton, Rodney Rogers, Vin Baker, Mark Gasol. Okay. Interesting squad. Very well-built, all-around squad. I think we can take them out. We take game 1. They take game 2. We take game 3. They take game 4. They take game 5. Okay. We're starting to get a little bit worried here that our dynasty's not going to ever get started. Game 6 is off to a rough start. We're getting blown out. Whoa. Are we going to get bumped first round? Wow. The LA Lakers, the defending champions, get bumped first round. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry couldn't do it. Well, that's very upsetting. I mean, Durant put up 48 and 7 in game 1. Game 2, they both put up 30. Game 3 was a kind of good game. Game 4, Vin Baker had 22 and 12. This is a really solid team. They're a little sneaky 8 seed. I don't think they should have been an 8 seed. They were a really sneaky team. I can see why we got caught by them. But that sucks, man. We can't go back-to-back. No back-to-back championships for us. But then they get beat. Oh, that sucks. They got beat by the Kings. And now it's Kings and Jazz. And it's Kings Raptors in the NBA Finals. Who's on this Raptors team? We have their pick. So let's first check out the Kings. The Kings have Blake Griffin, Allen Houston, Oscar Blair, John Green. Oh, they have John Green. Okay. John Green's got a chance at 2 titles now, back-to-back titles. He was on our team last year. Now he's got a chance added on the Kings. I forgot we put him on the Kings. So good for John Green. I'm glad he's got an opportunity. And then we go to the Raptors. They have Alan Thornton, Lou Williams. Oh, it's Lou Williams. He's been killing the game since he got drafted. And let's see who takes home a title here. Game 1 goes to Toronto. Game 2 goes to the Kings. Game 3 to the Raptors. Game 4 to the Kings is back and forth. The Kings. And the Kings. So John Green gets 2 championships. Oscar Blair is your MVP. John Green gets 2 championships in back-to-back seasons, but on different teams. Congratulations to him, man. I feel good for him. I'm glad we put him in a situation where he could still thrive. No major retirements. Let's go to league meetings to make sure there's nothing crazy here. We will reject this, right? The worst team will reduced odds of attaining. No, we don't want that. We'll just keep everything the same. Draft lottery. Draft lottery time. We have at least something with Charlotte, but it's probably going to go pretty quickly. We're probably not going to jump up. I wouldn't expect us to. It doesn't usually happen. The Grizzlies have a 1% chance, and they don't jump up. Impending free agent Chris Paul. Lakers pick. Stays the Lakers pick. I figured it would. I didn't think we'd jump up. So we officially have pick 12, pick 20, pick 24, and pick 30. So we've got a lot of late round picks. Maybe we use them to trade back. Maybe we use them to trade up. I don't know. I guess we'll just find out. Kind of a disappointing season, though. Kind of a disappointing season if you think about it, because of what we have on the roster and what we did last season. I felt like we improved a little bit, and we go out in a first-round exit, so that's kind of disappointing. Okay, so let's trade this pick for some next year picks. We can get a bunch of seconds. I don't really want seconds. Both of these picks, we got to get picks in the 30s. So we got to go for, if somebody wants to give me like 31 and 30 first round picks, I'd very much take that. It doesn't look like anybody wants to do that. What about just the 24th overall? We can get protection on it, but I don't really want protection. We can get 2032 first rounder and 2033 first rounder. Is 2032 really worth it? I think we got to go 2030 if we're going to trade for a pick. So who's been a notorious bad team? The Wizards really haven't done anything that I've noticed. So would they be willing to give me their unprotected 2030 pick? So it would take pick 12 and a second. They'd also be giving me their 21st overall pick, so we'd be moving down. I don't hate that. And then this one, we'd be giving them Keith Red and pick 20 for 30 and 31. But this one's top 3 protected. Are they going to be good? Let's do this. Let's take the risk. So we trade back one of those picks. I'm fine with that. Let's talk to another team that's been bad. The Cavs haven't been that great, so let's talk to them. They don't want to trade their 2030 pick. They don't even want to trade their 2031 pick. Oh, wow. These guys are stubborn. The Cavs are stubborn. What about the Bulls? Okay, we got some negotiations here. But we'd have to give up 2 first-round picks this year for just a one. Nah, the Bulls are bugging. We're not going to do that. How about Milwaukee? Milwaukee's not really into talking. What about Portland? Portland's not into discussing anything either. How about, let's see, how about Indiana? Indiana talking? Indiana's not interested. Brooklyn? No, nobody's really interested in giving up their picks. I can understand why, obviously, but... Oh, here we go. So New York is interested in giving us their 2030 pick, plus Richie Gregory, for Channing Frye. And a 2033 first-round pick. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that deal. That gets us some more trades. So future draft picks. We still have 3 first-round picks, by the way. But now we have 2 more in 2030. We have ours in 2031 plus this top 3 protected pick from the Wizards in 2031 as well. But I don't know how good the Wizards are going to be in 2031. They might be good enough to not be top 3. I still think we don't really need anybody in this class, or at least I don't think anybody in this class is going to help us. We're picking at 12, which is around this area. Is there anybody here? I mean, Stacey King, what's his? Herb Williams. Nick Anderson could be good off the bench, I guess. Is Peja Stojakovic. There's not really anybody here that I'm really desperate to get if it's not going to be one of these guys. He's got Sean Kemp as his grade. I don't really know. I'm not really feeling it. Let's see if I can do something here. Let's talk to a team in the top 3. So let's talk to the Atlanta Hawks. I'll give you 12, I'll give you 24, and I'll give you 30. They're not okay with that. I will also give you Otis Thorpe. Can't do that. I can give him Desumo, but I don't really want to. I can give you Richie Gregory, the guy that we just got from him. And I can give you some seconds. Okay, they don't like that. What about... Who's got pick 3 then? Pick 4 has Spurs. Timberwolves have pick 3. So they don't want 3 first-round picks? You're telling me they don't want 3 first-round picks? Plus a load of seconds? Come on, don't be bugging. Don't be bugging. You know you want it. I don't think we're going to get a top player in this draft. That's okay. I'm not looking for a top player in this draft. Let's just try and trade back. See what we can get. We can get nothing really that great. A 20, 30, and a second rounder. The Jazz are giving me top 3 protected. Are the Jazz going to be good, though? That's a question I'm concerned about. The Nuggets are giving me top 3 protected. I think the Nuggets were in the... Weren't the Nuggets in the lottery this year? I'm willing to take the risk for Denver's pick. Let me trade 30 away. Looks like I can only get seconds for the 30th pick. Wasn't there a player I could get? I can get Rob Bryan. It's kind of lame. Why does nobody want the 30th pick in the draft? I can get Andrew Bogut, who would be a nice center for us. But I can get a couple picks too, which might be worth it. Although I'm only getting 1 per team. 1 first round pick at least. Is it worth it to get a first round pick if it's not 2? Because we're giving up 2. Could we talk the Jazz into giving us their pick next year? They want... Okay, so let's break this down. So they'd be giving us their first round pick in 2030, their first round pick in 2031, but it's swap worst with LA, or with us. And then we'd be getting an unprotected pick in 2032, but we'd be giving them Denver's top 3 protected pick. So is it worth it? We're getting 3 first round picks, kind of. Because they would be getting... So Utah gets the swap best. Can I change the protection on that? Let me remove that. Can I get that pick? But it's... I'll give you lottery protected on it. No, not lottery. They could get that back easy. I'll give you top 5 protected. You can have Denver's pick top 3 protected. Is that going to go through? Now they want more stuff. No, we're not going to. We're getting into the weeds here. What about if I just did that? No, they still want an unprotected pick. Come on, you got to want something. Give me your 2033 first rounder. You still want to change stuff? So you want to swap next year's best with Washington? No, I don't want to do that. You crazy? You out of your mind? 2030 and 2033. They don't like that, but they're not coming back with an argument. Come on. Why did the Jazz have to be so fickle? Just give me what I want. It's either we take Andrew Bogut off the Pacers' hands or we go with a draft pick. Now let me take a look at the team. So we do need a center because Sean Bradley's kind of garbage. So, I mean, that wouldn't be that bad. And our picks are pretty solid right now. We don't have any further than 2031. But that's Future Juice's problem. That is Future Juice's problem. We could get 2032 right here with the Pistons. The only problem is Andrew Bogut isn't really that good. He's a champion. What team was he on? Oh, he's on the Memphis teams. That makes sense. I forgot about that. And he's a free agent, unrestricted. For 2 first-round picks, that's not worth it. I bet we could get him for something else. If I really wanted to, I could probably get him for something else. So let's go 2032. Who's offering me 2032? The Raptors are. I don't want to mess with the Raptors or the Suns. The Pistons were offering me, weren't they? 2032. Where are the Pistons at? Here are the Pistons. And a second-round pick. You know what? I'll do it. I will do it. So we have no picks this year. Traded them all away. But we now have some top 3 protected picks in 2031, which are going to be interesting to keep an eye on for next year. And we have, or for 2 years from now. And we have 3 first-round picks next year. So let's go to the draft, and we will simulate the draft. Actually, let's see who the top 3 picks are. So we'll see Glenn Rice goes 1. He was number 1 in the rankings. Sean Kemp goes 2. And Tim Hardaway goes 3. All right, that's who we figured would go in that order. So Glenn Rice ends up being a 79. Sean Kemp goes a 78. And Tim Hardaway's a 77. So it's a good thing I didn't waste anything because, I mean, they're good players, but... And they may turn out to be really good players later on in the franchise, but not worth trading up what we would have probably had to trade up, even if we had the assets. We didn't sign anybody in rookie signing because we didn't have a draft pick. Curry accepts his player option, which is good. So does Johnny Flynn, and so does Otis Thorpe. Chris Paul declined his player option. Maybe we could finally bring Chris Paul to the Lakers. He's been terrorizing the league. Jordan accepted his player option, so that kind of sucks. Qualifying offers. We'll offer it to Kevin Durant. We're going to have to pay Kevin Durant a lot of money. We are going to have to pay Kevin Durant a lot of money. We have the bird rights on him. Negotiate the contract. We better send him the bag. 5 years, Kevin Durant. Keep him here. $37 million. We're not even the top offer. Oh, we're going to have to match something crazy, aren't we? We're going to have to match something crazy. Unrestricted for Chris Paul. I wouldn't hate having Chris Paul on the team. I'll throw an offer. I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't. And let's go to center. We do need a center. Greg Oden is restricted. Be cool to have Greg Oden on the team. Andrew Bynum. Bring him back, maybe? Kevin Durant's prepared to accept an offer from the Nuggets. We are going to match that offer. 3 years, 128 million. I think that's obviously less than what we were going to offer him, so they're kind of doing me a favor here. They're kind of doing me a favor. We are going to accept... Oh, we'd be going over the salary cap if we tried to pay Andrew Bynum. So let's renounce the rights on Leslie Watts, on you, and on you. Does that free up amount of space that we need to get Andrew Bynum? No, we got to match Kevin Durant. Chris Paul decided to sign with the Mavericks. Okay. So we have about $3 million in cap space. But we brought Kevin Durant back, or we will bring Kevin Durant back. Who's making money on the team that we can maybe move on from? Why do I keep not going down to it? There it is. Finances, salary cap breakdown. So, oh, Sean Bradley's making a ton of money. Get off my team, Sean. You didn't really do much for us, and you're not that good anyway. So you're making way too much money to be on this squad. And I could probably get some draft picks for you, and it looks like I can. So you're going to be going probably for some draft picks, unless I can get Hashim Thabit. That'd be kind of cool. And Jason Maxwell. Okay, so we either go for draft picks or we go for Hashim Thabit. These ones got 2-star value. Let's go for these picks. I'm all about the draft picks. You know that. I'm all about the draft picks. That frees up $26 million. We're obviously paying Curry. Evan Mobley's going to be paying a lot of money. All right, we can't obviously sign like a guy like Andrew Bynum. He's going to cost too much. But we do need to get some players. We need to fill some roster spots. We need a center. So a cheap center that is most likely unrestricted. Can I offer? That's going to cost us a lot of money for Al Horford. It kind of sucks. All right, some power forwards that are on the cheap. Glenn Davis is restricted. Would they even match Glenn Davis, though? Day one. That's Draymond Green right there. Brandon Bass is unrestricted. He's not going to cost anything. We've had him before. Small forward. A lot of restricted guys. Danny Granger is going to cost us a little bit too much. Swaggy P. Damari Carroll wouldn't cost us a whole lot. I'm really just trying to pinch the pennies right now. I'd be fine with a guy like Damari Carroll. We probably should bring back Daquan Cook to be a shooting guard for us. So we're going to match Kevin Durant. We are going to bring in Bass. We're going to bring in Damari Carroll, and we're going to re-sign Cook. I'm fine with that. Somebody's trying to match Daquan Cook, or trying to offer him a contract. Well, maybe can I disagree this? I can't decline this contract. Can I renounce his rights? No, I can't. Okay, I was trying to get the cheaper, because if I do this, it's a cheaper deal. But we've got $31 million in cap space. How do we do that? I don't know, but we got Kevin Durant back on a 3-year deal. That's good. Curry's going to cost us a lot of money next year. Evan Mobley's going to probably accept his rookie deal, his team option. Johnny Flynn, I would expect to do the same, and Dosunmu, I would expect to do the same as well. So if we take a look at this, we got Curry and Flynn. We've got Dosunmu and Cook. We've got Durant and Carroll. Mobley, Thorpe, Bass, and Gregory. And no center. So we need to go out there and sign a center. Greg Oden is here. Would they match? Oh, that's too much money. Greg, why are you asking for that much money, my guy? You're not worth that much money. You are certainly not worth that much money. But this guy, on a 2-year minimum deal, I wouldn't hate. Ilyasova? Unrestricted? Can we get those guys? We got Urson. Where's that center at? You're still waiting? I was going to say, just sign the contract, my guy. Okay, so we just got Ersan Ilyasova, who can play some center for us at 6'9". We're going to have a small ball lineup. Although Evan Mobley's 7 foot. So, you know what? Let's go into edit player and change Evan Mobley to center, power forward. Center, not center, small forward. Center, power forward. So that he can be our starting center. So our starting lineup would be Curry, Dosunmu, Durant, Ersan, Evan Mobley. Then off the bench, Johnny Flynn, Daquan Cook, Damari Carroll. We probably need to get another wing, either a guard or a forward. Somebody who can play both, and maybe trade Richie Gregory away. So let's see what we can do. So I'd rather have like a shooting guard, a tall shooting guard, or a small forward that can play a little bit. Rudy Fernandez, but he's restricted. I don't want to pay too much for him. I'm going to leave Leslie Watts alone. We've had him too many times. I'm just going to let him ride right into the sunset. Oscar Schmidt was just on that championship team, wasn't he? Didn't he just win an MVP? That couldn't have been the same guy, could it? No, I was going to say that. I thought that was the name of the guy, but it obviously wasn't. He's got an offer from the Thunder. Let's see if he takes our offer. Oh, he's really debating. Oh, we got him. We got Oscar Schmidt. He can play shooting guard, small forward, so that's good. So he can kind of be like a depth guy. And then final piece of business is to trade Richie Gregory. Plus, he's making 4.9, so we don't really need him. And we can get us some first-round picks. That's cool. You know, I love myself some first-round picks. We could get a 30 and a 31 and 32, but we'd have to give up a 30. This one's good because we'd give up a second. We don't really need seconds. Although this one's just straight up for his first-round pick. Let's do that. Richie Gregory for a first-round pick in 2031. So now our future draft picks are looking pretty solid. We are looking pretty solid. We've recouped our depth. We've got a lot of first-round picks, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of first-round picks. I'm happy with how we've done in free agency. Is the team good? Durant's up to a 95. Curry's up to a 94. Mobley's up 4 to an 87. Flynn's up to an 81. Otis Thorpe's up to an 80. Ersan's up to an 80 as well. Dosunmu's a 79. Everybody's going up. You love to see it. A couple guys going down, but that doesn't really matter. All the main guys are going up. If these three guys can carry the team, I would expect us to be back right in the same spot we were last year. Number one team in the playoffs. Hopefully not first round exit like we were last year. But I think we've got the team to do it. If we take a look at the game plan, this is what the team's looking like. Curry, Dosunmu, Durant, Ilyasova, and Mobley with Johnny Flynn, Thorpe, Schmidt, Brandon Bass, and Daquan coming off the bench. We don't really have a lot of big man play. We've got Thorpe and Bass. I don't necessarily like that, but we've got a lot of... We can play small ball, and Durant can play power forward if we need to. I think this team is good. I think this team is ready to go for next season. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it a like. Let me know down below if you have any suggestions on maybe who we should try and trade for, if you think we should try and trade for somebody, or if you think we should trade away somebody. Let me know down below what you guys are thinking. But that's going to do it for this episode. Season 8 is in the books. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. That's going to do it for me. Peace.